What's popping, everyone? It's Jalan back at again with another episode of my weekly recap. Today, currently, is September 10th, 2018, and this is going to be episode 36 of my weekly recap. Without further ado, let's dive straight into it. Again, finish up my job. Continue doing a lot of test migrations and test validations and doing a lot of debugging. Spending tons of time in learning new infrastructure and digging into the code and figuring out what's going on to keep me up to date and learn about the old infrastructure, the way that the API works, and what's the proper way of testing the API and the functionality and the tools that we have inside of the API. Having a lot of fun with that. Struggling a little bit, but it is what it is. Gotta push through it. It's part of the journey, part of the process. So just gotta love it regardless. And knowing that sometimes it will be challenging, you will struggle, but nevertheless, you can make it through it as long as you set your mind to it and just loving the process, loving what you're doing, and really find the joy out of the struggle, which will help to get you through this entire process or project or whatever you're working on. So loving the process, gonna excited to go in there today and crush out some more and meet the deadlines that we have. Aside from that, finish my another week of Mongo course. Actually, this week was kind of hard for me with learning aggregation. I was never good at aggregation because it's a lot different in the SQL world compared to the non-SQL world, NoSQL world. So I struggle a lot. And there was, I think on Saturday, where I made no progress, none, for like 4 hours. That was frustrating. So what I did was I just pull back and call it a day, and went into it Sunday with a fresh mind, fresh mindset and fresh attitude and everything, and I knocked it out. Love it, absolutely love it. I'm really proud of the progress I've made, and just being self-aware of my situations and some of the emotions I'm feeling, and knowing when to pull back so that I'm not overly stressed. And as we all know, stress is a major problem. When you're stressed, you're in an unhappy state. And I want to live my life in a happy state where I'm energy rich. And because that's going to bring more happiness and fulfillment and joy. Yeah. All the good stuff. And then meanwhile, I keep reading, keep writing, and kept podcasting. Actually, I'm going to have a separate video to talk about what I've been doing. But just keep reading and keep podcasting, just learning more about the financial game, learning the rules of the game before you actually get into the game, right? I mean, yes and no, but you got to get into the game first, right? Because if you always sitting on the sideline, you're never going to win. You're going to miss 100% of the shot that you don't take because you're not in the game. So I think the first thing is to get in the game, and second is to learn the rules of the game, just like anything that we do, right? When I was young and never knew nothing about basketball, picked up a soccer ball and shot hoops with a soccer ball, and eventually I started learning the rules because that's kind of like the same thing, the same analogy, because I got into the game first, got into shooting, playing with a soccer ball, whatnot, and then eventually as I get into the game a little bit of a competitive running 5-on-5s or an actual real game, that's where I started to learn about the rules, as well as watching YouTube videos, watching NBA highlights, whatever you name it, learning from the coaches. So first of all, gotta get in the game, and then you gotta learn the rules of the game. So the same thing with financial world and with everything that we do, right? So that's all I want to touch on today. Been a really productive week, really productive, and made some huge progress. It's about the little steps, right? Little steps. I think I heard a podcast that says that we greatly overestimate what we can do in a day, but yet we underestimate what we can do in a decade or in a year. So just making smaller steps, and eventually it's going to stack up, it's going to pay off, it's going to be awesome. And with that being said, I want to leave off with one of my favorite quotes one of the favorite quotes of the week that I've listened to from one of the podcasts is that when you are good, you got to tell people, and when you're great, people tell you. Much love. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.